Good morning. Let's kick it on a Saturday. Shout out to Baldini Clothing. Had them in the building last night. An exclusive. We're going to talk about the Pop Smoke situation. Teenagers, preteens, out of control at 15 and shit. Killing anything, killing some pussy. That probably is the only thing on my mind. Sandy, what's good? Pittsburgh in the building. Good morning, y'all. Y'all share this live. We're going to kick it a minute. I got some details for y'all. I know people probably beat me to it, but nobody does it like the dribble. You already know that. He said, who raising these fools? What would a 15-year-old want with a motherfucking Rolex watch? The fuck you gonna do with a Rolex? What does a 15-year-old do with a Rolex? There we go. Good morning. Good morning. He said, what's the topic? UPT said never post your address. I believe that was an accident. Pop Smoke was killed by a 15-year-old. What the fuck does a 15-year-old want with a Rolex? And they was with an adult, a 20-year-old, who allegedly came and cased the property before they came back and did their thing. He looking at a death penalty case. If you know the law, anytime you combine a murder with another felony, that automatically makes you eligible for a capital murder situation. Bump City, what you got a mask on for, fam? None of your goddamn business, and I ain't your fam. Don't come in here asking me no stupid shit. The whole world wearing masks. You know what the fuck the mask is for. Can you get in a motherfucking store without wearing a mask? Dummy. Anyway, all ignorant niggas, y'all need to exit the building now. Exit the building now if you's an ignorant ass nigga and shit. Asking me about a mask. Ask these motherfuckers about getting the goddamn vaccine. Ask me what I got a mask on for. You don't know where I'm at. Shaheem Hunter, you don't know where I'm at. They won't release the names or pics of the teens because of their age. I don't know why they trying to protect the teens because of their age. They didn't consider his age when they put that informant in his cell. They didn't consider his age when they put that informant in his cell. Is that legal? Is that legal to put a rat in a cell with a child? He said, niggas been wearing masks for a year, and he asked you why you wearing a mask. Yeah, just dumb shit. It's our fault in the hip-hop community. We glorify the wrong shit. We'll do anything for a chain and watch. Speak for yourself. I don't think that highly of a chain and a watch to kill anybody for it. And for future reference, and this ain't this don't make you a chump. If you getting robbed and they got the ups on you, man, let them have that shit, yo. Let him have that shit. Pop Smoke resisted a robbery and shit, man. He got the fighting and scuffling and shit, man, about that fucking jewelry, man. He could have got more jewelry. He should have let them niggas have that shit. You know what I mean? He said they're not going to treat him like a kid now. Hell no. He's in motherfucking trouble. Let me give y'all some details. Pop Smoke was murdered by a 15-year-old shooter who admitted the slaying to a detention center cellmate. Right? Pop Smoke was gunned down by a 15-year-old shooter who ambushed a Brooklyn rapper in Los Angeles last year with a group of teens bent on stealing his diamond-studded Rolex, a detective testified Friday. The home intruders who stole the Canarsie-bred rapper's Airbnb rental in the Hollywood Hills also was after his Cuban link chain, but only managed to swipe the luxury timepiece, which they later sold for $2,000. Killed this man for 2 G's. The Trigger team, the Trigger man, the team, the youngest of the 4 defendants, the youngest of the 4 killed him, now faces murder and robbery charges. Murder with the robbery, murder while in the commission of another felony. That probably makes Shorty eligible for the death penalty as well. He's 15 years old. The youngest of the 4 defendants now facing murder and robbery charges in the case, allegedly admitted his role in the slaying during a recorded interview with a cellmate at a juvenile detention center in May. The prosecutors, some dirty motherfuckers. They know he's a kid, 15. They know if you put him in a room, he's going to become bored and he's going to talk to the first person that talks to him. He admitted that he shot the victim, Pop Smoke, 3 times with a Beretta 9mm handgun. LAPD Detective Carlos Camacho testified Friday at a preliminary hearing for a different suspect, Corey Walker, 20 years old, the sole defendant in the high-profile prosecution. The 15-year-old shooter admitted that they asked for the jewelry and then had a confrontation with Pop Smoke at 4 a.m. They got into a fight and he shot him 3 times, Camacho said, citing the youngest defendant's recorded jail interview. He said he shot him on the back. Walker, 20, has pleaded not guilty. I don't know how the fuck you pled not guilty and you just took some juveniles to commit a home invasion. You know, if you ever been to any type of villa or Airbnb where it's warm at, you know they got those balconies and shit. The balconies that we hit the sliding door that we come out of smoke on, they got those balconies. Them same balconies can be accessed from the outside. All somebody got to do is just climb up the motherfucker. They climbed up the balcony and rushed through the motherfucking, whether they were sliding glass or what. But she's the witness, the female witness says she seen people rushing through the curtains. They was rushing through the curtains, and allegedly the group used ski masks, gloves, and a police scanner to try to evade detection. When the individuals got inside and confronted Pop Smoke, he was in the shower naked. During his recorded conversation, Walker, that's the 20-year-old adult who took these kids to this motherfucking case, allegedly said the teens inside the home demanded Pop Smoke's jewelry, which he was still wearing, and even said thank you when he appeared to be compliant. But the rapper, born Bashar Baraka Jackson, decided to fight back and rush the intruders, who pistol whipped him before the 15-year-old suspect shot him in the chest. After Deputy District Attorney Hillary Williams called her last witness, Walker's defense lawyer was none other than Christopher Darden. How many people in here know who Christopher Darden is? Christopher Darden is also defending Eric Holder in the murder of Nipsey Hussle. Christopher Darden from the O.J. Simpson case. It's been asked, why is he defending high-profile killers of rappers? The answer is simple. Nigga trying to get his chips up. High-profile cases, trying to get his chips up. Yeah. He said that nigga taking any cases, he must be fucked up in the game. Fucked up my ass. Not with a law license. That's not what this is. That nigga trying to get some paper and remain the fuck Christopher Darden. He want his name associated with celebrities. Started with O.J. Simpson. Now he's over here with Nipsey Hussle. And now he's over here with the Pop Smoke case. That's what he's doing it for. The teenage gang members in Cali are brainwashed by the big homies. We need to hold them big homies accountable for what they're doing to the youth. Everywhere, 15-year-olds is putting shit down. The last school shooting was done by none other than what? A 16-year-old girl. A 16-year-old girl. Older niggas get young kids to do the work while they take the lesser charge. And he telling on them little kids. The adult that took him there, he telling on them. Oh, I told him not to shoot him. That's an accessory. I know a nigga doing wheels right now who went to the police trying to admit his minor participation in a robbery to turn into murder. He went to the police and told them, oh, man, we just was going to rob him, man. I didn't tell them to shoot him. You say what? What did you say? Say that again. We was just going to rob him. I didn't tell him to shoot him. Put your hands behind your back, pimp. Put your hands behind your back. You now a co-defendant in a robbery murder. J Love says everybody has the right to an attorney, whether innocent or guilty. Gully, my 15-year-old got a 600 in math on his SAT. That's what we need to be doing with our youth. Facts. 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 Big Neff TV, I see you in there zapping the fuck out of niggas. The Hooli Gang also are down. Let me give a round of applause to the Hooli Gang getting put off the street. Good. Shout out to the Hoolies getting the fuck out the streets. Get y'all goofy asses out the streets. Clowns, y'all done shot a 1-year-old baby at a barbecue and shit. They got the shooter and they got the driver. I hope they put you niggas in jail till the sun burn out. Yeah. Yeah. Great work, New York Police Department. Get them goofy ass niggas out the streets. Children and women can't congregate at barbecues because these goofy ass niggas beefing about nothing. Beefing about nothing. So yeah, shout out to the police getting them goofy ass niggas off the streets. That could have been one of our child. That could have been one of our child. The Hoolies, get y'all stupid asses the fuck up off the streets. Get to the penitentiary. Get to the penitentiary. Get a trade. Come back out and try it all over again. As of right now, y'all some dysfunctional niggas. He said, Gully, you was once there as a juvenile. You got a second chance. I was never a part of no dumb shit. I was never part of no dumb shit. I ain't never harmed no women and no children and shit. I was about paper. That's it. It ain't no laws against paper, against getting no paper. Ain't no codes broken. Provide for your family. Yeah, them Hooli niggas is in the way. Get them niggas the fuck up out here. Put them niggas in the penitentiary. Gully, your son knocked for a shooting too. No, he not. He's home. I don't know why y'all profess to be such geniuses and experts on my son's cases and shit. That nigga been home and shit. And that's his, that's what he into, shooting motherfucking innocent motherfuckers. That's why you don't see him standing next to me. Because I don't agree with that shit. Let's talk about that for a minute. You niggas who be approving of y'all sons being shooters and shit. A lot of niggas be liking when they sons grow up to be shooters. They even threaten other motherfuckers. Don't make me go get my son in them. Yeah. Until they ass get bullets put all through their body and then you sitting around looking all stupid and shit. Because instead of telling your son to pursue a higher calling, you dig what I'm saying? You approved of him lowballing himself. Yeah. A 15-year-old took my son's life in Poughkeepsie, New York on Main Street. Oh, yeah. Baldini clothing, no doubt. And I appreciate him. He said, facts, living through their son because they was lame. Yeah. The rapper Big 30 from Memphis said, I bought a Glock before I lost my virginity. These niggas envy me. Sounds quite weird. I'm going to tell you why he did that. Big 30 from Memphis bought a Glock before he lost his virginity because it takes skill to get a bitch out her panties. It takes skill to get a bitch out her panties. She got a half-ass like you. Not only that, you got to have some charisma and shit about you. All you had to do was pay for that Glock, nigga. You ain't did nothing important or impressive and shit, retard. I don't even know why you put that in a bar. I bought a Glock before I got my virginity. A whole bunch of niggas got a gun before they lost their virginity. You ain't the only one. A whole bunch of niggas got a hammer before they lost their virginity. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yup. No game whatsoever. No gab game. No gab game. You more into a pistol than a bitch. You trying to bust off the wrong gun, pimp. You trying to bust the wrong gun, pimp. You scrambled. Whoever that nigga is from Memphis, he's lost in a motherfucker. You dig? You was more infatuated with busting the wrong gun off. Bryce said it's not looking good for the Lakers. It ain't. They said we got a 10% chance of winning the championship due to injury. Nothing else. Injury. Mm-hmm. Niggas talking about they pistols. We ain't even want to carry no fucking gun and shit. We had a couple of hammers. Them shits is off in the bushes somewhere, in the garage some motherfucking where and shit. You couldn't even come around us with no fucking hammers. The fuck you got that for? Let's get away from this goofy ass nigga. This nigga trying to make the strip hot. We was taught that. What you got that for? That should be the last resort. Last resort. He said big 30 and young. He only like 21. These young niggas is lost. Some guy who didn't even have a reputation got on Say Cheese TV and said everybody over 30 can't rap. Some old shit like that. He said this young niggas got this. Niggas over 30 is corny. And some old shit like that. I said the nerve of this little nigga. Nobody even knows you, man. My nigga. Nobody even knows you. He said them little boys gonna be busting it wide open. Yeah, that's the part they don't tell you about. When you get to the penitentiary, them niggas be trying to fuck them little niggas, man. You know what I mean? It ain't like that in all jails, man. But the jails where them niggas is going, the jails where you level 4s, it's a lot of lawlessness. I don't know what it's like in California and shit. Yeah, it's a lot of lawlessness in them West Coast jails and shit like that. Get to the penitentiary and his big homie would be trying to get him to suck his dick. Same niggas that put him in the gang, when he get to where he going, they'll be trying to put their dick in his mouth because they ain't going home never and shit. They done lost all their morals, values, and everything. Clearly out of touch with reality. Shout out to Russell Westbrook. Shout out to Russell Westbrook. We talked about this, right? We talked about this, right? We talked about this, right? We talked about the great Russ, right? Russell Westbrook just reeled off 3 straight 15 assist triple doubles. Russell Westbrook, I'm going to say that again, just reeled off. When you get an assist, that means you're playing unselfish. Let me reiterate that. Russell Westbrook, 3 straight 15 assists. That's 45 assists in 3 games. He said, talk about your Lakers. We heard. What is it to talk about? We the defending champions. And until somebody get the title, we still the defending champion. We going to be the defending champions on the eve of a game 7, a game 6 in the NBA Finals. Even if it ain't got nothing to do with the Lakers, we going to be the champs on the eve of that, shit, all the way up into that. He said, won't do that in the playoffs, though. Y'all need to stop hating on Russell Westbrook. Westbrook is a freak of nature. He about to pass my man's. He about to pass Oscar Robinson's record. The triple double record. It's over. And Russ is only like 6'3" or some shit like that. He said, you can't get Russ stats. Yeah, man, y'all got to stop trying to hate on him, man. Do y'all know this nigga be going to getting double figure rebounds and shit. He's only a guard. He's only a guard. He said he ain't better than Iverson. I would take Russell Westbrook over Iverson. I would. Both of you niggas is problems for a coach. Both of you niggas is a coaching nightmare. Iverson, you can score 50, but you ain't never had 15 assists in your career, I don't think. 15? I don't think Iverson ever had 15 assists. And he wasn't no rebounder. So he said crazy. Iverson mid-range better. Iverson was a better scorer. You feel me? Russell Westbrook is going to take pressure off of your front court by getting you 10, 11 rebounds a game. He is. And I believe Russell Westbrook is probably a better defender. My man said, throw your weed away. He said, dudes that never played basketball seriously don't understand what Westbrook is doing. That's the problem. I appreciate your donation. You guys that don't know basketball, y'all don't know what it's like to have a triple-double nigga on your team, yo. He takes pressure off of everybody. He takes pressure off Let me tell y'all something. What do y'all think the other team is saying about Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook when they got to play Washington? When it's the night that you got to play Washington? First off, whoever's sticking who's sticking Russell? Who's sticking Russell Westbrook tomorrow night? Good luck to you. Hey, yo. First off, who's sticking Russell Westbrook tomorrow night? Good luck to you. Good luck to you. Hopefully you ain't in foul trouble by halftime. He said, Russ stats don't get you chips. Magic Johnson got championships with the triple-double. Russell Westbrook is only a point guard. Do y'all understand what the fuck is going on here? Do y'all understand what the fuck is going on? Russell Westbrook plays point guard. Westbrook engine never needs an oil change. He said, none of these guards want to see Russ on a nightly basis. I don't think so. Allen Iverson had 16 assists against the Miami Heat in 2005. Who was he playing for in 2005? Denver? He said the Knicks spanked the Wizards 3 times this year, but the Wizards spanked Brooklyn 2 times this year. He said 2005 was the Heat's worst year. I knew it was some bullshit. He said he's supposed to have 15 dimes. That's his job. He do be having 15 dimes. He just had 15 dimes 3 games in a row. Illuminati letter says Bubba Chuck had nobody to pass it to. AI never had a KD. Westbrook had KD and James Harden on his team at a point. He said Russ is good, but not take his team to the finals solo good. Now he need help. Didn't Iverson have Dikembe Mutombo? Iverson had Mutombo, right? Somebody said they'll take Kyrie over Iverson. Westbrook had a bunch of niggas to pass to. If he averaging a triple-double, obviously he passed the ball. We talking about assists right here. He had a young Iguodala. Eric Snow was terrible. I'm better than Snow right now. He said Snow was a floor general. Snow was 6'4". He played good defense. Snow was terrible. Look at the North Philly guys. Snow was terrible. He said, man, y'all triple stop disrespecting Iverson. We not disrespecting him. We talking about Russell Westbrook. Good morning to everybody that's here. Y'all share this live. And subscribe to Gully TV Sports. The link is in the descriptions. Eric Snow, garbage as fuck. He said he also had 15 assists on Toronto. He said, put some respect on no name. Eric Snow was garbage. After Philly, did he get a job? Theo Ratliff was on the boards. He had help. He said Aaron McKee was only nice in college. Snow couldn't hit a 12-footer consistently. Facts. Iverson intimidated Snow. He said, yeah, he played in Cleveland in the 07 finals. Eric Snow got a ring with LeBron James. He played with LeBron. Iverson wasn't a point guard. He was drafted one. Rest in peace to Pop Smoke. He was killed by a 15-year-old misguided youth who went to the detention center and spoke openly about it to his cellmate who was wearing a wire. His cellmate was wearing a wire. They went right to the source of that case, didn't they? They got that over with real quick. He said they got swept in 07. He said he didn't get a ring. Is Westbrook a top 5 player in the league right now? Hell yeah. Is Westbrook top 5? Dame Lillard got the best of Westbrook in the playoffs years ago. He hit that shot, right? He had a better series than Russell Westbrook. Dame ain't better than Russell Westbrook, yo. Dame is not better than Russell Westbrook. You cannot keep a triple-double guy out of the top 5. You can't. You can't keep no triple-double nigga out of the top 5 in the NBA right now. Yeah, Dame got him up out of here. He said Dame arms too little to box with God. Yeah, he just got the best of him in that series. James, JC, what's good? Share my live. Jay, we ain't going to the playoffs. He said you be on point with the sports. That's what I do. That's what I do. Y'all like sports? Y'all like sports? Y'all like when I kick that sports shit? He said, nigga, talking about sports. We couldn't talk about Pop Smoke's 15-year-old assassin for the whole, course of the live. It's Saturday and shit. He said, I thought this was about Pop. It is about Pop Smoke. Rest in peace to him. Ball Jr., thank you. Y'all share this live. I'm mad that LA got hurt like that and couldn't defend their title and shit. Because I know we got the best team. I wanted that showdown between LA and Brooklyn. I wanted that. Everybody wanted that. I wanted to see that. That was going to be blockbuster. Straight up. He said Pop was slipping. I think they need to check that chick out. That chick, I mean, The most vulnerable that a person can be is in a shower. The most vulnerable that a person can be is in the shower or on the toilet. Those are the two most vulnerable positions that you probably can catch somebody in. He was caught in the shower. That means there's water in his face. That means his eyes might be closed. He might has his back. Your guards are totally down in the shower and shit. You dig what I'm saying? And that's where the confrontation began at. Apparently, he was still wearing some of the jewelry and shit. They said the same chick tried Young Bird. Where's she from? They said the Knicks beating Brooklyn. I'm taking the Knicks over Brooklyn. He said, this is why I shit with one leg out my joint since the penitentiary. This nigga bugging. You think someone set him up? How they go right past everybody else? Why would they come exactly at? Well, they said that the oldest guy, the 20-year-old, had apparently staked the place out earlier, but caught him in the shower and shit. Vanguardian TV said LA the home invasion capital. Got to be careful about having big money on you. They missed the money, by the way. They missed the money. The money was recovered. You got to be careful letting people know your location, fucking with social media. Everybody not glad to see you. Everybody in your comments not glad to see you. Everybody in my chat don't like me. Facts. You dig? There's a fungus present. Just, stay on point. They got his addy off IG. It sounds like a hit to me, not a robbery. Nah, that was a robbery, yo. They said what they came for. They said what they came for. They wanted his Rolex. And then they sold it for $2,000. They sold it for $2,000. Whoever got that watch, I hope you don't know them niggas personally, because they done started telling. The adult done told the whole story. He said he drove them there. He told them when they went in, don't shoot nobody. That adult in a lot of trouble. He said, what happened with Glaze? Nothing. I said my opinion. If we doing the same shit, and I feel I do this on the highest level, and I feel I do this on the highest level, this I don't know, the shit that y'all love, I feel I do it on the highest level. A person shouldn't get to talk about. A person shouldn't get to put out the same content over and over and over. A person shouldn't get to keep on talking about fucking Fat Cat over and over and over and over. Same with Al Prophet. You know what I'm saying? He got good content. He putting out new shit now, but a person shouldn't just keep being able to talk about the same shit over and over and over. I mean, I know this shit is a hustle, but I do this shit. I can be critical of a person who's putting out media. You dig what I'm saying? That shit garbage. You know what I mean? He said that he got a ministry and he trying to save the youth, right? But he comparing the Supreme Team to the Paid in Full posse in the verses. How does that say to youth? How does that say to youth? That sound like a glorification. That sound like a glorification from somebody who was, you know what I mean, a participant in the shit. You're a grown man. You dig what I'm saying? You got, you know what I mean? Your body count is official. All of that is official and shit. You know what I mean? And you on here over and over and over talking about the same shit. That shit ain't right, because you killed a lot of motherfuckers and shit. You killed a lot of motherfucking people. You dig? And you be on here telling stories about motherfuckers you killed. You also be on here telling stories about people that you told on. So I can say that. That's my opinion, and I know it's the truth, and y'all know it's the truth. Glorifying bullshit in your 60s. Exactly. Do something constructive or leave this shit alone. King of Blocks, good morning. My heart goes out to 40 Cal. It ain't even, can't even put into words, man. That shit. It's one thing, to lose somebody and shit. It's another thing to lose somebody in front of the whole world and you a high profile celebrity and shit. Like everybody know who 40 Cal is and shit. He already an introverted type of dude and shit. I fuck with him and shit. I done been all in Vegas with him. He done been in my crib. I done been in his Benzes and shit. Like I fuck with 40. I fuck with Ace too. Them is like good, some real good dudes and shit, man. Like they don't deserve this shit that's going on right now. And as long as I know 40, he never fucked with guys outside this little circle. You know what I mean? This little circle that I met him with. He's still with the same niggas. And I feel for all of them. You know what I mean? Ace, Cool G, Suda Boss, 40. Hold y'all head, my nigga. Peace and love from Binghamton, New York, 607 in here. Appreciate you. What you think about Tankhead? What do I think about Tankhead? I ain't took no time to listen to. I only know what I heard about him. I heard he was like a fucking super animalistic type gangster on Rikers Island. He was doing all kind of shit. And I believe he came in with 3 years and did 20 something. That tell you what type of nigga he was when he was young. I know So Bosley. I done been introduced to him. We got a mutual friend and shit like that. I respect him implementing original content, but I don't know. I didn't listen to what Tankhead said since he's been on the internet. I didn't listen to none of it. He said 2K for the Rolex. Maybe it wasn't all the way real. Ain't nobody gonna give you 2 G's for a knockoff. Vanguardian TV, you got zapped. What you say, my nigga? Jay, y'all getting zapped. Swag and kicks. What's good, pimp? Who inspired your dribble? I'm a basketball player. The content that I love the most is, of course, basketball. The dribble. $412, what's good? Y'all share this live. We got almost 600 people in here, man. Y'all that lazy on a Saturday? It's crazy. Gotta do better, man. He said he got the Knicks or the net. I always been a Knicks fan. That was always my East Coast team. I'm glad the niggas back. I was crazy about Patrick Ewing and John Starks and them. I used to be in my living room going crazy as a shorty, jumping all over the place. Gerald Wilkins, fucking Derek Harper, Anthony Mason, Oakley, John Starks. I didn't like Allen Houston. I thought Allen Houston was soft. He used to show up sometime, but Let's get one thing understood. When Latrell Sprewell joined the Knicks, he became the best player on the squad, period. He said Allen Houston, fake Grant Hill. Nah, he couldn't fly like Grant Hill. He was a pretty boy, shooter and shit. Sprewell. I hear you. He said don't do Houston like that. Allen Houston was a gun in college. He went to Tennessee. He was drafted by the Detroit Pistons. He's supposed to have been a deadly shooter, yo. He showed up sometimes. Latrell used to bring that ruckus. The thing about Latrell, right? If he was shooting bad, he still had the ability to attack the rim. Latrell was buck wild. He said good content with St. Laz. Oh, yeah, I'm glad you said that. Y'all go check out my interview I did with St. Laz about prison sports. He said Allen Houston disappeared for a quarter to every game. Yep. He said he was a fake Steve Smith. Everybody that y'all comparing him to, they was better than him. Charlie was nice. Y'all should tell y'all kids about Charlie Ward. Charlie Ward was the first and only Heisman Trophy winner to play in the fucking NBA and start. This nigga, do y'all know how crazy that is? Especially if y'all knew what type of quarterback he was and shit. The shit. Both of your teams is the biggest markets in basketball. I've been a Laker fan all my life. My dad was a 76ers fan, right? So, I grew up like watching Dr. J and the Sixers and Barkley, and then I had to. My pops was always watching the Sixers and shit. I love Charles Barkley too, especially when he was in Philly and Phoenix. He was off the chain. But I grew up in the era of the Showtime Lakers. You had to been there to understand this shit. I'm convinced. I'm addicted. I'm hooked. I'm all the way down. I just smoked weed all in front of the Staples Center, all under the fucking statues. I got pictures in front of. Love them niggas. It's my squad. The Knicks, I got down with the Knicks because I didn't like fucking Michael Jordan. I didn't like the Chicago Bulls. I hated them motherfuckers and shit. And the Knicks was the motherfucking niggas that was putting up a fight against them niggas. They couldn't get over the fucking hump. But if you was a basketball fan and you was watching and you was cheering for the Knicks against the Bulls, you was in for some good basketball because the Bulls wasn't gonna let up. And it was just always a fucking dog fight. So I'm around this John Starks, Patrick Ewing era and shit, and I just got stuck there. And when niggas left to go to fucking Cleveland with LeBron James and shit, I stayed with the Knicks. So he said Ewing blew the layup. He should have dunked it. Charles Smith blew it. Charles Smith let Michael Jordan strip him under the rim when he should have just dunked the fucking basketball and it would have been over with. Don't get me started, goddammit. I'm a Knicks fan too. I'm telling you, I know the fucking history. And yeah, Starks dunked on Mike. Yeah, dunked on him. Was Ward at Florida State same time as Peter Ward? Nah. The quarterback at Florida State when Peter Ward was there was about 25 years old when he was playing quarterback. He might have been 26. He went to the NFL. I couldn't believe he made the NFL. He made the NFL and he was pretty good. What was his name? The white boy from Florida State. He was old. He played, I think he ended up saying nigger, called somebody a nigger in the NFL, got punched in the face or some shit. What was that? What was that white boy? Chris Winky. Nah, it was Winky. He was like 26. Yeah, he was old. That nigga got to the NFL. He's like 28 years old. That's who the quarterback was. I'm telling you. I know this sports shit. Don't play with me. And that was my squad. Florida State. He said Winky got a training camp for quarterbacks now. Somebody punched him in the face. Somebody punched Chris Winky in the face. Somebody on the Carolina Panthers. I think he might have said nigger and got slid or something like that. He said he played minor league baseball. Yeah, he was going to be a baseball player and then came back to Florida State to play college football. Right. He said he was 28.
I'm on it.
He said,
okay. I found this on the web for Hey Siri play.
Come on, man. I ain't asked you nothing. What you talking about? He said that was Kerry Collins. Okay, my bad. Kerry Collins from Penn State. 16-year-old killed 4 in Philly. This shit got to stop. These teens is out of control. Somebody, I think everybody need to control your babies. Get hold to your motherfucking kids and shit. Peter Ward was the first Devin Hester. Pete wasn't fast as Devin, but Pete was better than Devin in college. Pete was the ultimate highlight in college. Pete was the shit. If we don't have Peter Warwick, Michael Vick beat us as a freshman in a national championship. Michael Vick went buck wild in the national. We couldn't catch his little black ass. Chasing him all over the field. He said Warwick was trash in the NFL. Nah, he wasn't trash. He played some years. He was all right. He wasn't he couldn't do that shit that he was doing in college. When you get to college, everybody got Peter Ward moves and shit like that. The cornerbacks and shit, them niggas got that lateral movements. You can't do all that shit. You can't do all that shit. Very few niggas take that shit from college to the league and continue that wild shit. He said Desmond Howard was the first Hester. I agree with that. He said niggas sleep on P-Dub. Peter Warwick was the shit. Peter Warwick returned a punt or a kick against Virginia Tech, and that's how we ended up stretching out on Michael Vick, and then Peter Warwick got a punt. He might have returned a punt and a kick or some shit. He said, do I remember Rocket? Come on, man. Reggie Bush college game was not working in the NFL. You know, somebody hit Reggie Bush and almost killed him. I think it was Brian Dawkins. Didn't Brian Dawkins hit Reggie Bush in his chest and almost kill him? Who hit Reggie Bush? Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get the notifications. Who hit Reggie Bush on the sideline? He said Sheldon Brown. He said his first game it was Dawkins. I knew Dawkins hit him too. He said Sheldon Brown killed that nigga. Peter was better than Devin Hester in college. He said it was Lito Shepherd. I'm gonna look that shit up. Somebody hit Reggie Bush on the sideline and whopped him. Sheldon Brown. They said it's Sheldon Brown. We got the internet. He said, is AR Ab doing a pill? AR Ab doing Mikey T interviews. He said, what about Tony Rice and Major Harris? Man, I'm gonna take that type of shit to my sports channel, man. You know I could talk about that shit all day. He said Kerry Collins was the one that got punched. It was a cornerback. I knew it was a corner because he got hit on the sideline. It was a mano joint. Soon as I think it was a screen pass, soon as Reggie caught it, he nailed him. He said it was Sheldon Brown, one of the meanest hits all time. I remember that shit. Mikey T talking crazy to League Monster. AR Ab steadily doing interviews with him. AR Ab created that monster. He created that. Everything that's going on, he responsible for it. He said Reggie Bush said he thought he was going to the afterlife after that hit. Tiki was 200 pounds. Tiki Barber was the shit for the Giants. Those was good Giants teams. I want to see that hit now. I got to watch that hit. I got to pull that shit up. He said it was Sheldon Brown. It was 07. He said, yeah, because he never got hit in college. Why do they call Philly Philadelphia? Every city do some telling. That's a part of the fucking criminal underworld. Some niggas don't be able to take the heat, and that's what it is. Desperation sets in, and there you have it. What's Allen Iverson the same as Hines Ward? I didn't see Hines Ward run the option enough. Hines Ward was like, they was using him like a third down situation. Hines Ward, when you bring up, you shouldn't have compared Iverson to Hines Ward. You should have compared him to Antoine Randall L. Big Drew said they just do it the most in Philly. Wherever there's killing at, there's gonna be telling. The cities with the most killing got the most telling. I bet you look that up. That's the truth. They got the highlight on YouTube. Tiki wasn't shit until Coughlin got there. I don't. And Tiki Barber was fast as a motherfucker, yo. I can't co-sign that, man. Like, I don't remember him not getting busy. As he got older, he got better and shit. More love to all the Eller Bays. Oh wow! I looked up Sheldon Brown. They said they called him the Big Bang Theory. Yep. Reggie Bush.
It's insane.
Tonight, very deep at the wide receiver position.
Now Reggie Bush lines up as a tailback. Reese slings it out.
See,
Back. Reese slings it out. The ball is knocked away, and an incomplete pass. And a crunching hit put on by Sheldon Brown. And Bush takes a while to get up. And now goes down again.
took the
He
knee.
did not see that hit coming.
Crawl.
He was looking back at the ball. That was right there. A great defensive scheme by Jim Johnson because he brought pressure, but he still had Sheldon Brown out in the flat to come and put up a big hit.
Subscribe to the channel. The Real Gully TV said that's the decleater.
Now Reggie Bush lines up as a tailback. Reese slings it out. The ball is knocked away, and an incomplete pass. And a crunching hit put on by Sheldon Brown. And Bush takes a while to get up. And now goes down again.
He did not see that hit coming. He was looking back at the ball. That was a blind hit right there. A great defensive scheme.
Yo!
Because he brought pressure, but he still had Sheldon Brown out.
Niggas start crawling like a dog.
Reggie Bush was completely exposed.
Sheesh. Sheesh. That was Drew Brees. He said bum ass quarterback set him up. He said Brees set him up. Look both ways. They said the quarterback set him up. Subscribe to the channel. I'm about to get up out of here. I appreciate everybody that come through. Fuck with my sports channel, man. I got content over there. Gully TV Sports. I'm up out of here, man. Y'all enjoy y'all Saturday. Shout out to Baldini Clothing. Fuck with it. I'm up out of here. Play this one more time. Play Reggie on the way out. Look who was in their backfield. Deuce McAllister. Deuce McAllister and Reggie Bush.
Sometime tonight, very
Put
deep
Reggie
at the
back
wide
there,
receiver
single
position.
back.
Now Reggie Bush lines up as a tailback. Reese slings it out. The ball is knocked away, and an incomplete pass. And a crunching hit put on by Sheldon Brown. And Bush takes a while to get up. And now goes down again.
He did not see that hit coming. He was looking back at the ball. That was a blind hit right there. A great defensive scheme by Jim Johnson because he brought pressure, but he still had Sheldon Brown out in the flat to come and put up a big hit. Reggie Bush was completely exposed.
Completely exposed. That kind of was Drew's fault. I'm up out of here. Enjoy y'all Saturday. Peace.